The atmosphere inside the MGM Grand was electric as Adrien "the Problem" Broner made his way to the ring, carrying the confidence of a former multi-division champion. Across from him stood Carlos Molina, calm but determined, knowing this fight could change his career. After the referee delivered final instructions and both fighters touched gloves, the opening bell rang for 10 rounds in the 140-pound division. Broner immediately established his presence, taking the center of the ring and snapping out a quick jab. His hand speed was evident from the start. Molina remained patient in the opening minute, keeping his guard tight and observing Broner's timing. When Molina reached forward with a right hand, Broner countered sharply with his trademark check left hook, landing clean and drawing a loud reaction from the crowd. It was an early sign that Broner planned to control the fight with precision and timing rather than reckless aggression. As the early rounds progressed, Molina began increasing his activity, attempting to close the distance and invest in body shots. He pressed Broner toward the ropes and unleashed combinations, trying to make the fight physical. For brief moments, Broner covered up and allowed Molina to work. However, Broner stayed composed, waiting for openings to counter. Each time Molina overcommitted, Broner responded with crisp straight rights and short hooks that landed cleanly. The difference in speed became more noticeable. Broner's punches were sharp and accurate, while Molina's were thrown in higher volume, but with less precision. The crowd appreciated Molina's effort and determination, but Broner's clean counters stood out. By the end of the early rounds, it was clear that Molina would need to maintain relentless pressure to disrupt Broner's rhythm and prevent him from settling comfortably into his tactical groove. Moving into the middle rounds, the fight developed into a battle of styles. Molina continued pressing forward, targeting the body and trying to cut off the ring. He attempted to trap Broner along the ropes and force exchanges at close range. Broner, however, demonstrated strong ring awareness, pivoting away and re-establishing distance with his jab. His defensive skills were on full display as he slipped punches and countered with quick combinations. A sharp right hand followed by a left hook snapped Molina's head back, momentarily halting his forward march. Still, Molina refused to back down, absorbing the shots and continuing to push the pace. The intensity inside the ring grew as both fighters exchanged punches in tight quarters. Broner's timing allowed him to land the more eye-catching blows, but Molina's toughness ensured he remained competitive throughout these crucial rounds. As the fight entered the later rounds, signs of fatigue began to appear, particularly on Molina's face, though his determination never wavered. He continued throwing combinations, trying to overwhelm Broner with activity. Broner, however, seemed increasingly confident. His jab became more consistent, snapping Molina's head back repeatedly. He mixed in uppercuts on the inside and dug left hooks to the body when Molina stepped too close. Even when briefly pinned against the ropes, Broner answered with sharp counters that shifted momentum instantly. Molina landed occasional overhand rights, but he struggled to sustain offensive success. The difference in accuracy was evident. Broner's punches landed cleaner and with better timing, while Molina's effort, though admirable, lacked the same precision. The crowd could sense Broner gradually pulling ahead as the rounds ticked away. In the 9th round, Molina attempted one more surge, increasing his punch output and trying to force Broner into extended exchanges. He pressed forward with urgency, landing a few solid body shots that drew cheers. Broner responded calmly, planting his feet and firing crisp straight right hands down the middle. His composure under pressure proved crucial. Rather than getting drawn into a brawl, Broner controlled the tempo, choosing when to engage and when to step back. Molina's relentless approach kept the fight entertaining, but Broner's superior timing continued to make the difference. Each clean counter from Broner reminded the judges and the audience who was landing the sharper punches. The momentum remained in Broner's favor as they prepared to enter the final round of the contest. The 10th and final round carried a sense of urgency for Molina, who knew he needed something dramatic. He came forward aggressively, throwing combinations with everything he had left. Broner met him in the center of the ring, landing clean right hands and a sharp left hook to the body. The two exchanged fiercely in the closing seconds, neither willing to step back. When the final bell rang, Both fighters had completed 10 competitive rounds. Molina showed heart and resilience, never stopping his effort. However, Broner's accuracy, speed, and ring generalship stood out throughout the fight. When the judges announced a unanimous decision in favor of Adrien "the Problem" Broner, it confirmed what many had observed. Precision and composure had defeated pressure and persistence on this memorable night.